After the Miami Heat fought their tails off to grab a Game 2 road win in Denver, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray made history last night in Game 3 by becoming the first teammates to have 30-point triple-doubles in the same game. That might tell you all you need to know, but there was a lot more than that, which led to the Nuggets grabbing a 2-1 series lead, and I want to break that down and go over it in this video. Also, if you guys enjoy the video, then make sure to give it a like as it helps out a lot, and if you enjoy the NBA, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. So last night, the Denver Nuggets routed the Miami Heat as they grabbed a 109-94 victory in Miami. I already mentioned the historic triple-doubles by Murray and Jokic, but to go over their exact stats, Jokic finished with 32 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists, which is insane stat line, and Jamal Murray finished as the game-high leading scorer with 34 points to go along with his 10 rebounds and 10 assists. Beyond the historic performances from both Jokic and Murray, there was a lot more that led to this huge win for the Nuggets, and we're going to break down the great basketball that we saw from the Nuggets right now. To start the night off, I honestly thought Miami might win this game as it was the first home game for them of the finals, and also just with the great pace that they played with. Right here you can see Denver's in a drop, and the key for them is their health. When you see Miami goes quick, Denver can't load up, and Strus is able to come off and see the space, and then it's one dribble and a pocket pass to Bam rolling to the rim. Denver cross-matched in transition, and you can see Gordon on Bam and Jokic on Love. There's the dribble handoff to Strus, and MPJ and Gordon are not clean on the coverage, and then Bam slips with 2 on the ball, and Jokic is forced to tag, and it gets Love open for 3. Right here, you can see that Love was on Jokic, but the bigger part of last night was the fact that Jamal Murray was being more aggressive to start the night off, opposed to Game 2. Once again, there was more aggression from Murray and Denver on this play as they go to the wedge action, and Jokic goes right into the screen instead of the post-up, and with Bam in a drop, Miami's help is in a dig, and Murray's able to turn the corner and finish. I talked about how deadly the Murray and Jokic two-man game was in one of my Western Conference Finals videos, and right here, that's what Denver goes to, as you have Jimmy on Jamal and Bam on Jokic, and the right side clear, so there's no early help at the wing, and Bam's dropped back, so Murray's able to turn the corner and turn it into a switch, and then Jokic posts up and gets the bucket. One thing that Miami actually worked to do was make Max Strus a playmaker last night early in the game. As you see, Denver goes back to mixing coverages with Jokic at the level, and that puts 2 on the ball, and Murray's working to help on the Bam roll, but that skip pass is open for 3 in the corner. Jimmy tried to play aggressive basketball early. As you can see, he attacks the Jamal Murray matchup, and then on the following play, he attacks the Christian Broad matchup and gets buckets on both plays. Miami decided to go into a zone, and watch what happens as soon as Denver distorts the matchups. There's 2 on the ball, Jokic flashes, and then you have Lowry trying to recover and Bam trying to pull over, but a nice cut from Braun gets Denver a bucket. Miami wasn't able to tap into the movement early, but this is what happened when they did. You had good activity from Denver defensively, but Miami kept working to find the open gap and the open player. Jamal Murray has just been on another level in the playoffs, as this is great defense and activity from Miami. It's just that how are you going to be able to stop this when Jamal Murray's hitting shots like this one? As a result, Miami got more aggressive and they put more pressure on Jamal Murray in the pick and roll. You have 2 on the ball, and they have to make sure to be very careful with how much you show in terms of the 2 on the ball, as you have Butler pull over, and then you have Jokic rolling, and Brown gets a good look, he just misses it. Right here, Lowry screens for Butler to attack the Murray matchup, and Denver switches. Then you had a great cut by Martin and a nice putback slam from Adebayo. Miami decided to start trapping Jamal Murray, and it's very interesting because look how much it can open up for Denver if they keep showing it. You have to watch how long Lowry has to hold on to Jokic and Butler having to pull over to take him, and there was good activity and rotation. The issue for Miami, if they decide to keep tracking Jamal Murray in the pick and roll, is that it opens up a lot more, as you have MPJ in the corner with Jokic rolling, and Strus is there on the catch, but it leaves MPJ open for a 3, even though he missed it. This was such smart play from Jokic and Denver, as Jokic is open for the pop, but he waits for Bam to close out and decides to drive and forces more help, which opens up the lob for Gordon. Right here, Jokic screens for Jamal Murray with Miami sticking 2 on the ball, and Murray turns the corner with now Love showing help, and Gordon right at the dunker spot, and it opens up a lot for Denver. Once again, the Jokic Murray two-man game was killer, as Miami was sticking with 2 on the ball, and Jokic is again open for the pop, but then he waits for that closeout once more and drives for the finish. Jokic was moving off screens, and Miami had to deal with it, as Denver flows right into Gordon screening for Jokic, then Miami switches, and Love gets Jokic to pick up his dribble, but it simply didn't matter as he hits the shot. Jimmy's aggression actually opened up a bit for Miami. As you can see, he drives to the rim and forces the help, and that drive and kick is a key for Miami, and they're going to need to do more of this in the following games. Right here, Jokic goes with a pin down for MPJ, and Miami goes with a switch, and Strus is late, and this is a 3 that Jokic takes and makes constantly, as you see here. The man who scored the 3rd most points for the Nuggets last night was Christian Braun, and his cutting to the rim was excellent and a key for Denver last night. Braun's anticipation on defense was excellent as well last night. This is what good activity from Miami can do, as they have 2 on the ball versus Murray, and Vincent rotates to the pop versus Jokic, and Miami has to work to turn the defense into offense. But on the opposite end of things, when the activity doesn't work out for Miami, look at how much it opens for Denver. There's 2 on the ball versus Murray, and Butler rotates to Jokic popping, but there's another nice cut from Christian Braun. Miami can't work to open up Denver's playbook for them. This will be the last play we go over, as this game was over at this point, but Miami simply didn't feel comfortable in this game. You could see Denver's defense was more active opposed to game 2, and a lot of the aggression from Miami felt rushed versus Denver's drop. So personally, if I had to root for either team, it would be the Miami Heat, but like I said in my previous video before the finals began, I felt Denver had a chance to sweep the Heat and win the series in 4 games. While that obviously isn't possible anymore, as the Heat have a win under their belt following game 2, I do still believe this Nuggets team will get it done and be crowned 2023 NBA champions, as this team, simply put, looks too hard to stop. I've continued to say every series since the 2nd round from the Nuggets that this team has to cool off at some point and come back down to earth, but man, I'm clearly wrong about that, as Murray and Jokic continue to put up historic performances, and the rest of this Nuggets roster is thriving with how well Coach Mike Malone has them playing off of both of Denver's stars. Game 4 on Friday could decide the winner of this series, as with Denver having a chance to grab a 3-1 lead, I'd assume Mike Malone goes back to his Game 3 game plan to try and get the job done and grab a 3-1 series lead. I want to know though what you guys think about either the Denver Nuggets or Miami Heat, who's going to win Game 4 on Friday, or the 2023 finals in general, or anything we talked about in the video down in the comment section. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you like the video though, then please give it a like, as it helps out a lot. And if you enjoy the NBA, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all the future content on my channel. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm SCJ, and I am out. Peace.